If you're a homeowner in Greater Victoria, BC's latest budget includes several real estate tax changes that are worth knowing about. On February 17th, 2026, the province released British Columbia's latest budget, and within it are several changes that directly affect property owners, investors, and anyone holding real estate in BC. Some of these changes don't take effect until 2026 or even 2027, but they're much easier to plan for now than to react to later. I want to walk you through the key updates clearly, quickly, and without the noise. First, a quick note on BC's additional school tax, because this one impacts higher value properties. Starting with the 2027 tax year, residential properties assessed over $3 million will see higher school tax rates. The portion of value between $3 and $4 million increases from 0.2% to 0.3%, and the portion above $4 million increases from 0.4% to 0.6%. This generally applies to single-family homes, condos, townhomes, and vacant land. For mixed-use properties, the tax only applies to the residential portion above the $3 million threshold. Next, if you own revenue property that's professionally managed, this change matters. Starting October 1st, 2026, BC is expanding provincial sales tax to include rental property management and strata property management services. Property management companies will now be required to charge and remit PST on their services. In practical terms, those added costs are typically passed on to property owners, and over time, they often flow through to tenants as well. This doesn't change how your property itself is taxed, but it does increase the ongoing cost of operating rental real estate and should be factored into cash flow planning. There's also an important update to the BC Property Tax Deferment Program that takes effect in 2026. Starting with 2026 property taxes, all new deferments will move from simple interest to compound interest at prime plus 2%, which is compounding monthly. Interest will now be charged on both the deferred balance and the accumulated interest. If you deferred 2025 or earlier property taxes, nothing changes. Those amounts stay under the same rules. If you're on automatic renewal, your 2026 taxes will defer under these new terms unless you opt out before June 1st, 2026. Opting out doesn't require repayment of past deferments, but you will need to pay your current year's tax to avoid penalties. The program is still useful, but the math has changed, and it's worth reviewing before the next tax season. I also want to flag a quick but important reminder about the BC speculation and vacancy tax. Every owner on title must declare every year, even if you're fully exempt. Declarations are due by March 31st, and each owner declares separately using their letter ID and declaration code provided. As of January 1st, 2026, the rate for Canadian citizens and permanent residents who are not untaxed worldwide earners increased from 0.5% to 1%. For foreign owners and untaxed worldwide earners, the rate increased from 2% to 3%. And looking ahead to 2027, that highest rate increases again from 3% to 4%. And starting January 1st, 2027, missing the March 31st declaration deadline will trigger a $250 late filing penalty, even if you would have been exempt. To wrap this up, we're seeing higher school tax rates on higher value homes, expanded PST on property management services, changes to how interest is calculated on property tax deferments, and higher speculation and vacancy tax rates with stricter penalties. None of this is meant to alarm anybody, but it does change the math. And over time, tax and cost changes will have a real impact on property decisions. This video is for general information only and isn't tax or legal advice. Everyone's situation is different and rules will change, so always confirm details with your accountant, lawyer, or tax professional. If you're unsure how any of this applies to your property, your plans, or something you're considering buying or selling, please reach out. We're always happy to help you understand the landscape and point you in the right direction. Thanks again for your time. Bye for now.